Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's call. Yes. We had Bitcoin fall below 53,000 US dollars, and we had a liquidation of over $366 million from the crypto market space. So a lot of
Good
money.
morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's call. Yes. We have.
So those who traded futures, that's why I keep the crypto ambassadors strict away to spot market, because those who traded futures did not like it. But there is a lot that is happening. There's a lot that is happening both in the financial markets, in the overall financial markets. I was trying to study the different causes of the market, and what I believe could be the cause one. We could be worse than having the same time. We have the Middle East potential war. We have an attack where we saw an attack of Iran and Israel. And they decided to jump and dump everything. The stock market wiped the whole crypto market value in reason one. So basically, friends, the Middle East potential war that we believe United States of America could also intervene is one of the causes. Number two, we also believe the empty GOX repayments. And also, one of the other biggest challenge, I discussed it with one of my friends yesterday, and I said that Trump going from 70% chances to win the United States of American race to winning to 53% in 2 weeks, also, I believe could have affected the market. Because, friends, you see, in 2021, the person that was moving onto the market was Donald Trump. So the US economy wrecked the civil wars starting in UK and other European countries, as well as Venezuela. The yen current trend dumping hard because we had yen, the currency of yen, be able to dump a lot to over 10 yen trillion bills. They were dumped. So these are some of the few reasons why the market is dumping. And I could add on other personal reasons. These are reasons I could look at that could have caused the market to have dumped. But today is a Monday. I expect the market to retrace a little bit to the upside, simply because of also a few reasons. Now that is fundamental trading. I also share the reason that I also looked at is the reason of Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia oil price issues. Now that is fundamental analysis, and basically the market is bleeding. The market is bleeding. The market is down. But I also want to stand with you and give you confidence that the market is going to recover very stronger than ever before. Let's start with Bitcoin, the number one leading cryptocurrency, because its effect affects everyone in the market. So let's look at Bitcoin as a cryptocurrency. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. I'm just going to finish up my topic. And those who can open up more margin calls, you can do. And let's see how the market generally looks like. We shall use a bigger time frame because smaller time frames. But I have drawn my lines and I have predicted the market before. So I have drawn my lines and I have predicted the market before. And there are certain areas where I expect the market to to hold on or to be able to also come down to certain points. But I'll take an overall look of the market. And I give you reasons of my expectations. I do this line. Okay, there is another thing I would like to discuss. I've discussed it here before, but I'm also not sure whether I'm speaking to the right people about it. I'm also not sure at the same time if I'm speaking to the right people about the same factor. But maybe I would like to share what I think. Yes, maybe I would like to share what I think. But I also need to be sure if I'm speaking to the right audience. People are posting screenshots of low Sorry for the network. Hope I'm back. Give me one in the chat if I'm back. Give me one in the chat if I'm back. Give me one in the chat if I'm back. Good. Okay, so first session I was discussing about reasons. I was discussing about reasons that could have caused the market to be where it is. I mentioned so many factors, but those are fundamental factors that could cause the market to behave the way it is behaving. And so, there are even other factors personally. There are even other factors personally that I could talk about. That I could talk about that are in the market already. That are in the market already that may I believe could cause challenges. But where I see the biggest challenge is the tension between Israel and Iran. The tension between Israel and Iran in the next 24 to 48 hours, Iran might attack Israel. So, friends, that put aside, also the US election has become a pivot. Has become a pivot. It has also become a pivot in the market space. So let's see how the day goes. Let's see how the day goes and see what can happen along the lines. Let's see how the day goes. Today is a Monday. I personally expect some purchases of the exchange traded funds in the market. But there's something I would like to discuss, but I don't think if I'm discussing it with the right community right now. But I had drawn my lines of my prediction of the market. And I had said, according to me, that the movement of Bitcoin in the one-day time frame had caused the rise in the gap. Okay, there was a rise of the market from this point, and Bitcoin formed a rally without a retracement up to here. And my first prediction, I predicted that the market could retrace to this. This was a very important area. And then the market rose to formed a new all-time high here. Then the market came, retraced again around this area, but it did not come back to my major area here, which I see that the market touched here now. Yes, I see the market touched this here now. But still, I believe we could be able to remain below $60,000 for some good time, because we could remain. This is a very important pivot area. But usually, this is what happens with markets, and I just need to paint a picture before I go to my main topic for today. I could use the history of the markets to explain my point. Let me see. I would like to use the history of markets to explain my point. Okay, now this is what happens, and I believe in this philosophy. It is a personal philosophy, and I believe in it. That if markets are going to form new highs, for example, what you see here is this is 2024. I needed to use a very long history. If these markets want to form new highs, for example, the prediction of the market This is my prediction of the market. Close to 80,000 US dollars. I had expected the markets to retrace. I've not drawn these lines now. These lines of mine have been here for some time. I had expected the market to retrace, hit $52,000, which happened. And if we are able to close above here and form a strong retracement, the challenge now is that I don't know who is going to contain this war. I don't know who is going to because these wars usually affect financial markets. In the next 24 to 48 hours, in the next 24 to 48 hours, if we run, because these are fundamental analysis as friends and they affect financial markets. And let me get off. There's someone here with the video. I'm trying to stop it, but when I stop it, it returns it. But when you return it the next time, I'm going to just put you off. Let me just get this sorted. Someone here with a video. When I stop his video, he returns it. Okay. But in the next 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours, there is a potential attack. In the next 24 to 48 hours, there is a potential attack of Iran to Israel. Now, someone may be asking, how do these affect financial markets? They simply cause fear. They cause fear and let people sell. Have I answered that? Let people sell off. So the cause of the markets to retrace, friends, is basically an fundamental analysis. The fear that is being caused to investors in the market. What has happened? I feel I'm still in the Zoom, but from nowhere, my chat disappears. Just a minute. Okay, so I believe that if we are able to close above here, there is so much fear in the market. There is so much fear in the market. There is also the effect of Saudi Arabia. I don't know how I could discuss this, but I've tried to share in one of the groups. I've tried to share in one of the groups. I don't know if I could share it here. And also, uh, but there are also other positive news in the market. For example, the positive news is that Russia is going to make Bitcoin mining legal by 1st of November. So there are also other positive factors, but those are not so much positive that could cause the market to rise a little bit in the coming few hours from now. And there's also a challenge. We have this war might get very serious, friends, because there is a non-stoppable flow of Russian military transporting planes. They are landing in Iran. Because these guys want this war, and Russia is a very stupid country when it comes to wanting wars. I don't know why. But someone could be asking, what can we do? Basically, I believe you just need to be very patient. You just need to be very patient with the markets. I have been here when Bitcoin went as low as closer to over $15,000. But as a trader, there is some few things you need to understand. There is something you need to know so that you do not get caught unaware. Let me share this chart. I would love to continue with my topic, but there are a few things I need to clear off. Let me share this chart. Just a minute. Okay. Can you see my screen? Now you need to understand this, because unless you understand this, can you be able to see my screen? Let me know. Is the picture visible? Is the picture visible? Is the picture visible? Okay. Hmm? Okay, let me share. Some people say it is trading view visible. Okay, let me share my screen again. Is it visible now? Is this picture visible now? Is this picture visible? Is the picture visible now? Okay. So let me share something. I think I'll continue with my topic tomorrow. Okay. Just listen, friends, because these are some of the things you need to do. Now, this is where the market happens. When the market was at the bottom here, it was called the accumulation phase, and this causes a trend emergency. Then people say the market's going to rise. Then there's a shakeout here, and most people sell off. Then the momentum builds fast. The Bitcoin halving, the ETFs, okay, and we hit a new all-time high, which was $73,000. Then a bear trap happens, and this is where we are right now. This is where we are. Okay, this is where we are, friends. We have moved from the bottom of the market, as low as Bitcoin was at $15,000. People started to accumulate. The shakeout happened. This happened around $40,000, and we had the rise of the market to $73,000. We are now in a shakeout. But after here, the optimism is going to be renewed. The fear of missing out is going to be renewed. Where will the market go? Will the market continue rising very high when it will hit its all-time high here in Euphoria? And then we shall have a short cross. Then the market, there will be a bull trap. This will be a bull trap when people think the market's going to rise again, like it happened in 2021. It will form the lower high, then it will break down, fear, capitalization, the market will start going down, and the bottom line, and the market will come down again. And that will be around 2026. So we are here in the bear trap. I want you to look at this Bitcoin, although it is dropping. You see, you need to look at these factors, because I know some of you are just shaking for nothing. Although Bitcoin is dropping, this was Jan 2024, and this was the price of this coin in February 2024. This has been the rise of the market from the February 2024, and this has been the move of Bitcoin. And if I could draw a line, you could see that the market is neither, if you have a clear picture, the market is neither forming, pumping up, and the market is neither dropping down. Give me one in the chat if you can see that. If I draw a line at this point, today I have decided to share this. If I draw a line at this point, and I also draw a line, I know I'm supposed to teach something different at this point. These two major areas of market movement, you would see that the market is neither skyrocketing to form new highs. Since Bitcoin formed $73,000, You know, some people are now shaking out, but you just need to be confident. Since Bitcoin formed this all-time new high, which was $73,000, we have not seen the market change this move to break this new all-time high to form a new high. The market has been doing something like we could call a consolidation. And from here, the market went up, came down, moved up, came up, moved down, came down, moved up. And this is not the first time for the market to drop to this price. This also happened. Let me just show you the date. I just need to put my cursor around here. Around here. This was around July this month. So the market has not been forming breakouts of breaking the $73,000 since it happened. The market has been moving in an area of consolidation. It is not forming new lower lows, new lowest points in the market. Neither is the market forming new highs in the market. I don't know if I'm making sense to someone. Give me one in the chat if I'm making sense to you. Because the fear is for nothing. That's what I want to talk about. The market, give me one in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Although some of you have been excited, but the market for a long time has not been forming new highs and it has not been forming new lows. The market has been moving in an area where none of us is sure whether it is buyers in charge and none of us are sure whether it is sellers in charge. Give me a 3 in the chat if my point is at home. I know most of you had speculations that maybe the market is going to go up or maybe the market is going to go down. So there is no one that has been sure about where we expect the market to go. But we have been trading and making some money along the lines. So I would basically say, let us not create the fear around everything. Let us be calm with the markets. Give me a 5 in the chat if I'm clear. Let us be calm with the markets. And whatever is happening right now, markets will recover big time. And today I may not teach so much. I'm just going to use my remaining few minutes to close off my sessions. So what do we expect in the long run? That's the most important thing. According to where I have shown you the previous market reactions, according to what I've shown you, what should we expect in the coming days, in the coming future? What can we expect according to the graph of euphoria bear trap that I've shown you? What should we expect? Give me some answers in the chat. Don't want to teach when people are not understanding. What should we expect? Give me some answers in the chat. What should we expect? Thank you. We expect new all-time highs. The market will rise. That's where our expectations. The market will rise. So let not the bear trap that is happening right now in the market start causing people to kill us with screenshots. You know, people are killing us with screenshots. Some you even want to put the screenshots in my, if it was possible, you would throw the screenshots in my face. If it was possible, you would like to throw the screenshots in my face. If it was possible, you would look for me personally as if I'm the market. Some of you, the way you are putting screenshots in my inbox, if it was possible, you would throw the screenshots in my face if you would see me physically as if I'm the market. Why don't you usually throw the screenshots on my face when the market is bumping? When it's going down, you kill me with the screenshots. When it is rising and you are making money, you don't kill me with screenshots. Now you are everywhere, you are in my inbox. See, oh, look at this one. Why have you been when the market was doing well? Where have you been? Now you are killing my inbox. Look here, look here, look here, look here. Why don't you send me look here when you are making profit? They kill you when they are in the negatives. Huh? When the market is, they have been making profit, they look here. Now all my inboxes are full. Come, save my life. Come, save my life. Save my oxygen. Save my heart. Where have you been? Why have you not been telling me to save your oxygen when the market is pumping? And you have been making money. Where are you? Where have you been? Now you are everywhere on me. Come, my leader, my friend, my brother. I'm also on floating loss. I'm also on floating loss. I'm floating over 70,000 US dollars. But you are everywhere on me. And people are floating little money. People are floating little money. They want to sacrifice you. $50, $100, $200, $500, $1,000, $2,000. You see, I got money from my uncle. I borrowed my children's school fees. Who told you to bring school fees? Who told you to bring school fees here? I told you don't borrow money. Don't bring school fees. Huh? Don't borrow money. Don't bring school fees. Hey, you see, I thought this one is like a rocket science. I'm going to be a millionaire. So what I did, I suffer locally. Suffer locally. The rent of my landlord. Who told you to bring rent of your landlord? You are sitting on the sugar cane leaf now. You are sitting on the sugar cane leaf. Save my life, save my oxygen. Who? Am I the market? I told you don't borrow money. Here things change. Now you must be very patient. Stop throwing your screenshots in my chat. Save me, help me. I'm dying. Huh? Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Don't kill yourself. Everything is going to be okay. This is time of putting in more money. If you don't have, suffer silently. And this is the time for new people to join business because the market is very cheap. You have lost your internal organs. Now look at this one. Where have they gone? They are still in you. They are still in you. So do not overcomplicate the issue. Do not overcomplicate the issue. Everything will be okay. I have been here when Bitcoin fell to $15,000. And I've told you this is just a bear trap. Don't sell your coins at a loss. Am I speaking to someone? By the way, for the last 3 years I've been in the market. For the last 3 years I've been in the market. One of the best strategy to do when the market goes against you is doing nothing. Give me one in the chat if you understand my statement. One of the best strategy, let me tell you, one of the best strategy when the market goes against you is doing nothing. You don't sell, you even don't fumble if you don't have more capital. You rest, you just look and watch. It's what I'm doing right now. I'm not doing anything. I'm watching the market. Am I making sense? Give me a 2 in the chat if you understand. It is doing nothing. One of the best strategies when you see such situations is to do nothing about the market. I'm not hurrying very fast to say that I'm adding in more money. No, I'm just watching. I'm just watching. Why? Why should I watch? Because, friends, sometimes, let me tell you, today, I don't want to go into much teaching. I want to be very keen with you. Let me tell you one of my mistakes in the past, and I don't want you to do the same mistakes that I did. I had 500 coins of Solana. Am I speaking to someone? I had 500 coins of Solana. Am I speaking to someone? And I was trading them, and the market changed. And you see, I was like, let me remove my Solana, and I retrade again. But now I cannot afford those coins of Solana again, and Solana will go to over $500 per coin. So one of the best strategy for the last 3 years I've been in the business, when such situations are happening in the market, is to just sit and watch. Give me a 2 in the chat if you have understood. Because none of us knows whether the market is going to recover from this point. For now, let me put it in the 1 week and we see. Let me just continue. None of us knows. Why is my interval not intervening? Let me put it in 1 week. In 1 week here. I will just say that none of us knows whether this market will consolidate, because the reasons that are causing the market to go down are still present. Give me a yes in the chat. The reasons that are causing this, if you understand, give me a yes in the chat. The reasons that are causing this market to keep going down, for me, they are still present. I need to wait for the next 48 hours to be sure about where this market can be. But when you look at this chart here, it is a little bit very stupid, because it is forming something like, unless when the market closes above here, this looks like a stupid bullish flag. But you see, I'm not sure about anything I'm saying, because what is happening in the market now is fundamental analysis. It is not technical. Something like this. It looks like a what? A flag, but this flag also is also not very clear about how flag is flagging. So I will end with the following. What is happening in the market? The flag is also not very clear. This looks like a bullish flag, but unless the market closes above here, once it closes above here, then we could see Bitcoin go up to $80,000. If we consolidate here and move and break out, then Bitcoin is going to go to over $80,000. My next stop is here. And you see, the market has been hitting my stops for the last time. Or if the worst goes to worst and the war happens, then I'll be the happiest, because people are now getting annoyed of me. I'll be the happiest if the war takes place. We shall see Bitcoin filling this last gap here. Bitcoin filling this last gap here. And if it does, then we shall be done with this bear trap. And then we are going to see the market form a very strong momentum to the upside. All factors that are going to cause the market to rise are variable. We expect the Federal Reserve to lower down interest rates in September. I've been speaking this for the last 3 months, and someone will be asking, why are interest rates required to be lowered? People will be able to borrow more money, and more money will be able to flow in the market. The last 4 days, I don't know what this guy is planning. One of the biggest investors in this world, Warren Buffett, liquidated the stocks. And we had a liquidation of over $2.9 trillion, including one of half of the stocks of Apple. So I expect that today is a Monday. Let me see if these guys of exchange traded funds will come and buy it. The time has already gone. I don't know when they will buy in because it's already late. But let's see what happens. But what is happening now is non-technical. You might be very good at technical analysis, but what is happening now is just fundamental. What is affecting the market is news. But there is something very common that I want you to see, even if you see it at the weekly time frame. The market is just moving in between here. Like, I don't know if someone can see. The market is not so far forming new highs, is not so far out of forming new lows. The market is consolidating. This is why we call it a bear trap. It is just planning to form a stronger move to the upside. So be very calm. Hmm? Am I clear? Give me a yes in the chat if I'm clear. Give me a yes in the chat. So I was just creating just an understanding. Eh? Stop selling your property. Stop killing yourself. If you have more money, this is time to buy in. If you don't have, just open your eyes wide and watch. Is my point clear? Is my point clear? Is my point clear? If you don't have money, just watch. If you have money, open up more margin calls and be able to and be able to and be able to enjoy. So today, I don't want to go. Okay. So that was my main message for today. The other last thing I did that would be causing. I have talked about the US elections. I talked about the US elections. I don't know if I've talked about the US elections. I don't know if I've talked about the US elections. But the fear is too much in the market because of those sentiments. And don't worry. Very, very soon we are going to be smiling once again. And when we shall start smiling, the smile will not end. Okay. If Bitcoin is able to consolidate at this area and we see a reversal to the upside, then the market will definitely do a little bit better. So let me pick any coin for our learning purposes today. This is 1 inch. on a weekly time frame. The market has provided a very good discount. If you have money, this is time you could buy. If you don't have, like I said, just watch. Even if you have some money, you may decide to watch the markets. But let's get into a little bit lesson. So today, a little bit more. I want to just tap on the chart here. So you can come to your chart and you tap on your candles. And today, let's look at symbols. I'll just finish up tomorrow. So symbols here, you want to put up the color. Let the color of the bars be based on the previous close, which is okay. The body, you want to go in for a green light, that is light green. This one, you choose it. Then red, you want to go in for a dark red to give you a nice look. Then the borderlines of the candles, you want always to make sure your borderline is also in the light green. You also want also the borderlines for the red candles to be in red. Then the wick, you want also to be green, and also the wick of the red candles to be red also. The precisions of the data modifications, you want also to be keep it on default. Then choose your time zone, depending on your area. So I'm near Nairobi, which is Kenya. So I'll choose Uganda is in a +3 area. So also you, depending where you are coming from, you are in Dubai, you are in Muscat, choose your area of location. So I will choose Nairobi, and so I'll be done with the symbols. So if someone decides to make their color, if I go in for this dark green, my candles will not be looking so nice. So I want something that fits with my eyes. That's why I choose that, and opacity is 100. So that's why when I come back here on my candles here, just a little bit. When I come here to my candles, I can be able to see the colors. So when it is a red candle, the color is very clear to my eyes that it is red. When it is a green candle, the colors are very clear to me that is red. So how do you do that? If you're using a PC, just double tap on the candles. Then let us go to the status line. Now the status line is this one. How many of us can see the top side of this chart? The upper top side, this one here. This is the status line. So I want to set up the status line. So the status line, you can tick to have the log of the coin, the log. So the log of the coin will appear. You can decide to also have the title of the name of the coin, one each. You can also tick to have a mark that the market is open, a green tick. You can also tick to have bar change values whenever there is a change. So when you will open your status market, it will be like this. The change, there will always be the change, there will be the name, the exchange, and the status change. Whenever the coin is down, it is down by negative 12%. So all of this you can have on your chart. But since when I was picking this trade, I knew it was 1 inch. I don't want to fill my chart with everything. So I could decide to say, I don't want the logo of the coin. I have the name. Now also the logo, no. Then I say, I don't want to have the title of the coin. Someone may say, may I want it? I don't want to tell me that the market is open, because when I opened the chart, the market was open. Another one may say, I don't want chart values. Now these ones are key, because the chart values, let me press OK. The chart values are this one. The chart values are these ones. The opening of the coin, the closing of the coin, the high of the coin, and the low of the coin. When I'm trading as a trader and I'm on my chart here, and I'm on my chart here, when I'm closing and I'm on my chart here, I want to know the opening of the coin. I also want to know the closing of the coin. At which price did this coin open? At which price did this coin close? Yeah, I told you the market will rise a little bit. I expect the market to rise a little bit. So expect some green bars to happen in the market in the coming few minutes. I expect the markets to rise a little bit. There will be some little rise in the markets. Okay. So I want these. If I don't want them, I can still come here, tap on the status line. Then I say I don't want the chart values. Then if I don't want the bar, change values. So whenever the bar changes, a bar is this small candle here. So whenever it changes, it appears. So if I don't want it, I can still come here on my status line and I say, me, on my status line, I don't want. I don't want the volume. Maybe I say I don't want the last day change values. Press OK. So it will be an open chart like this. Nothing. But at the same time, as a good trader, there are certain things that are very important for me to see when I'm trading. One, I want to see the volume. How much is in the market? You see, it is here, it is clear. But it is not clear enough because there are those words. Let me, you see? You see? The volume. How many of us are seeing the volume up here? The volume. The volume. You see the volume, it's key. You can be able to tell, but we are in a bigger time frame. Let me go at least in the 4-hour time frame. You can be able to tell the volume in the market. And this helps you as a trader because trading is volume. Is the volume increasing? Is the volume decreasing? If the volume is decreasing or increasing, you can be able to know as a trader. And that is key. So I want to see the volume in the market. Now, this candle here. The candles are very small. Let me look for another coin. The candles here are very small as if they are working for someone. The candles are very small. So let me come back here. So status line. So I want the volume. I want the last day change values. I also would like to see the chart values. Maybe the values of the chart. So I don't want the title because I already know the name of the coin. Let's keep going down. So this is how you customize the indicators on your chart. Do you want to know the name of the indicator, the title, the argument, the value, and the background? So when I press OK, and I'm okay with what appears on the top of my screen, one, it has the coin opened at 0.5226. It had a high of 0.5264. It had a low of 0.4925. It had a close of 0.5223. So when I look at the high and I look at the close, basically I will know that this coin was a bearish coin. And so then we have the volume. And so I can be able to see this happening in my chart. Then here there is an arrow that shows me the indicator that is appearing in my screen. And when I tap on it, it appears. And we shall discuss this indicator with time not today. Now let me go to next. I double tap on my candles. I now go to scales and lines. Now scales and lines are what? Scales and lines are these figures that appear here. The scale of the chart. So what do I want to see on my scale of the chart? One, the currency and the unit. You want to see the currency. The currency of the coin, yes, I want. It is always visible. You want to see A and L. On mine, I said let it be invisible. But let me say I want it to be visible on my mouse. Let me show it to you. So when I tap here, let me just go down. When I move my mouse in the chart, down here, you see this is the L. It auto fits the data on the screen. That is A. When you tap A, it auto fits the data on your screen. When you tap L, here. So A and L just moves your chart like this. Give me one in the chart if you can see. It just moves your chart like this. Okay? Here, it gives you a picture of the chart in a minimized way and also giving it a step. It is working on the scale. It's not working anywhere. It is on the scale. You know, people are not, and people are focusing about their floating lows. We are talking about here. You see, when you tap, I put my cursor in the chart, the A will appear here at the bottom right. So A and L, they are just working on the scale. Huh? 0.550, 0.6. So it gives minimize the range and maximize the range, as simple as that. But me, I don't want to always come and tap on that. So I will come here on scales and lines, and I don't want it to be visible. Always invisible, I don't want it. Then locking up the bar ratio. Let's lock up the bar ratio. When I tap on locking up the bar ratio, this is what is going to happen on my chart. Let me clear all my drawings. So when I lock this chart, friends, I can no longer put my cursor here and move this chart around, up and down. When I come here to move it up and down, it will just move the whole chart because this place here has been locked. This one, I don't know if you can see. I have locked this so that when I come here to tap, it cannot move up and down. It cannot move this up and down. I have locked it. So when I put my cursor here, it will just move the whole chart up and down. It will not move this area alone. Give me one in the chat if you have understood that. So when I come here and I tap on my candles, then I tap on scales and lines, and I've decided to unlock my chart. So when I try to unlock it, what will happen is when I come here and I put my cursor, I can move these figures like this. But when I tap on this like this, and I scales and lines, and I lock my chart, and I come here, I'll now be moving once without me moving the chart, the scale only, like this, because the scale is locked. Give me one in the chat if that is clear. Let me go next. Here, the overlapping labels. Now, what are these? We just want to go through a little bit. Let me just scroll down so that I finish faster. Overlapping labels. Overlapping labels, if you say no overlapping labels, it means that I don't want, when I have a coin I'm trading, I don't want things to be appearing here on my chart. I don't want my chart to be congested with a lot of information. So I don't want those labels to be appearing on my chart. That's why I don't want no overlapping labels. Now, what is a plus button? So let me explain it to you here. Now, this plus button is, let me show it to you. Let me remove it. You see, when I was chatting in my chat here, there was a plus button moving on with my screen here. So I've removed it here on the scale. So now when I move my cursor, it just moves. It does not care anymore. But if I want the plus button to appear, that's what it means. So I come here on scales and lines, and I tick on the plus button, and then I press OK. So whenever now I move, the plus button will be on my chart. Are we learning? All I'm taking your time. Are we learning? All I'm taking your time. I'm just creating understanding. I'm just creating understanding so that when I get very serious, you know what is happening. Scales and lines. Now count bar to close. If I untick this, it means that on my chart here, when I untick, when I press OK, it means here there will be no timing. My chart will be around moving, but there's no timing. How many minutes are remaining for this candle to close? And as a trader, I need to know because it helps me to see who is in charge and how long will this take. So that's why I come back here and I tap on scales and lines and I tick count bar to close. Let my chart tell me how many minutes are remaining for this candle to end. I need to know as a trader. Now here we have symbols. Now on the symbol, what do I want? The symbol is the name, is the coin. Do I want the name, the value, and the line? So let me press OK. So you see here, the name of the coin appears. The value of the coin appears. Now, I already know that the coin I'm trading is CTK. Why should I congest my chart with this? So that's why me, I come here. I already know the coin is CTK. Then why should it come down here and it appears on my chart? That's why I come down here. And I say, okay, let the value be there. Let the line be there. But let the name not be there. Then, previous day close at the price through which the price closed yesterday. You see? Then I press OK. You see, when I press in here, the price for yesterday at which this coin ended will appear there. But now, it depends up to you. But me, okay, if you want it, you could leave it there. It will always appear. I'm teaching you to customize your trading view to what you as the trader you want. Indicators and financials. I want the value and the name. So when I tick the value and the name, here, I don't know why it's not refreshing. Here, hey, because the indicator is hidden, let me open it. So you see, it will be giving me the name. Hey, smart money. The indicator is smart money. And the plot candle, this one. No, too much. My screen will look have too much information. And as a trader, I might get confused. So what do? I don't want the prices, the names of the indicators to appear in my chart. So what do? I come here and I say financial and indicators, I don't want them to appear. Post and pre-markets. So maybe high and low, bid and ASIC, all these ones, it's up to you if you want them to appear on your chart. Next, as I come to the end, the canvas. The canvas is what you see on my screen. One, we have the background. Which background do I want? I personally, someone may say, I want a white background. This is a white background. You see? This is a white background. So my chart is white in color. So if you want a white background, you can go in with a white background. But me, who's a trader, I don't want to kill my eyes. I don't want to kill my eyes, me. I don't want to come here to trade, yet my eyes are in pain. That's why me, I go in with a darker background. I want a dark background, both. So my background is dark. Me, that is my way. I don't want the light to affect my eyes. Then there are grid lines in between. You see, there are squares that you see in your chart. There are squares that you see in my chart. So how do you put in those squares? So here, canvas. Now, it's up to you. Someone may say you choose the gradient of the what? Of the colors you want. Someone may say, I want mine to appear like this. And they've always been there. So this will be the chart. This will be the chart. Are we learning? Are we learning? Are we learning? Some people are asking now, how would you select a coin? You are still learning how to set your Why did you take me now to coins? How do coins come in here? Now there is a crosshair. A crosshair. Let me put it in for you. Let me put in for you the crosshair. And let me give it a line. Now the crosshair is let me bring it in play. Let me bring the crosshair in play. I've brought a very long indicator. Let me bring another one. Just a minute. Let me show you the crosshair. Can we see this line? Are you seeing this line that is in between my chart? Are you seeing this line that is in between my chart, this one? I don't know if you can see it, but I'm trying to make it clear. Just a minute. There is a line here. This one is called the crosshair. The crosshair is a line that separates the upper part of the chart and the lower part of the chart. This one is called the crosshair, this one. So if you want yours to be very visible, you can make your line very visible. It separates this down here and this up here. Give me a yes in the chat if you have seen it. So it is called the crosshair. It separates the lower part and the upper part on your chart. The reason why it was not appearing because I was not putting these indicators. When I remove them, the crosshair will not be appearing. I'm looking at the upper part of the chart. Are we there? So I double tap on my chart again. I'm still on canvas. I'm gonna finish this tomorrow. So if you are interested, you want the watermark. Have you seen those charts? You want your watermark. Let me put in the watermark for you here. The watermark. So when someone is trading, you see, this is the watermark. I think you have seen such trades. You find someone with a trade like this. CTK 4-hour time frame. So this is the watermark. Are we following? So it is called the watermark. So when you tap on here, and then you go on canvas, the watermark is there, and you can give it any color. Yeah, you want it yellow, you want it green, it's up to you. Now let's go to scales. On the scales here, some people go in for scales. So the scales is how do you want these letters to appear? Do you want them, you have small eyes, you want them big? Do you have very small eyes? You want them to be like this? Me, I usually go in for either 14 or 16, so that they are not too small, but they are not too low. Then the lines. You want the lines to appear whitey, the color. This is just trying to put up trading view according to what you want. You see, these are the lines that separate the scales. But you see now, I usually don't go for it because I don't want too much in my chart. The navigation bar, when you tap in the screen, the navigation, it is here. Do you want always to be visible or always on the mouse? So if you want it visible, it will always be visible on your chart. The plane, do you want, but I usually want them to be visible on my mouse as it's moving in the screen. The top margins, I usually go in for an 8. What are top margins? You can be able to increase. You can be able to increase the margins of your screen. I hope you see my screen is trying to move according to my margins. But for the benefit of my eyes and balancing of my screen, I usually go in for an 8 all through. And that is the canvas. Tomorrow, I'll start from trading and then I go to events. Okay? Let me customize back a few of my things. I don't want the watermark in my chart. I also do not want that high cross line, or what we call the crosshair in my chart. And basically, I've been able to customize my trading view according to my type, according to me and what I want. Thank you so much for attending today. I'll complete the lesson tomorrow. God bless you and have a nice day, where we shall still go into finishing up customization. Then we start off our trading classes. God bless you and thank you for joining. All right, have a nice day. Love you all and bye bye.